Welcome to this week's episode. Today we are talking about quizzes, calculators, and courses. Oh my.
This ought to be interesting.
I was going to say it's the 3 C's, but it's not. It's 2 C's and a Q.
Right.
Right. But basically it's interactive tools and toys that help you sell
Stuff.
aviation products and services, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Paula Williams.
And I'm John Williams.
And we are ABCI, and ABCI's mission is
to help you gents and ladies out there sell more products and services.
In the aviation industry. And one of the things that will help you do that is quizzes, calculators, and courses.
And she's going to show you how that helps.
I am going to show you how that helps. So why would I want to do quizzes, calculators, and courses? That seems like an awful lot of work.
Well, you should hire us to do it.
Or you can hire us to do it, that's true. And we've been doing a lot of these for clients because they want to have a better purchasing experience than their competitors. They want to differentiate from their competitors. They want to get more leads, right? Mm-hmm. They want to get their prospects involved and invested. They want to reduce the bounce rate on their website. They want people to actually come there and not just read and go away. They want them to actually do something on their website and invest some time and effort into the relationship, which eases the sale along, right?
Sure. Inbound leads are a whole lot more than outgoing calls.
Oh yeah, it is so much cheaper and so much better. It's so much more comfortable for me as a salesperson to talk to somebody who comes to me as opposed to me going to them. Mm-hmm. And quizzes, calculators, and courses really help us do that. They provide useful information to people at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're surfing the web looking for information about whatever the topic is.
Because they can't sleep?
Because they can't sleep. Exactly. They help you learn more about your prospects because you can see how they answered certain questions and things like that. And they help your sales folks qualify and prioritize the leads that are coming in. So, somebody that's spending a lot of time and giving you really good quality answers on a survey or on a quiz, or someone that is actually putting some effort into taking a course is probably going to be a more likely prospect than someone that either kind of blows it off or is just passing through.
It's like getting pre-qualified to buy a house. Mm-hmm. You're pre-qualifying them to buy your product.
Absolutely. And why not, right?
Exactly.
It puts the burden on the other side of the coin for a change. All right. You do have to sell your course, your quiz, course, or calculator. You have to have some reason that people will take it. So you have to make a promise. Here's what you get as a result of doing this with us. And here's an example. This is Ascent to Ground Schools. They have a free version of their course online, and you can go through their lessons. You can download some e-flashcards. You can take the quizzes. You can do all of that. And people may ask, well, why on earth would I have to pay them if I'm able to do this for free?
Because you don't get it all.
Right. I mean, eventually you're going to have to go someplace and take a real exam from a licensed proctor. You're going to have to get your student pilot medical and everything else in order to fly. You're going to have to get dual instruction. So there's a lot of things that you are going to want to do before. You wouldn't do this if you didn't want to fly. You wouldn't go through all this effort. Unless you wanted to fly.
No, but if you're financially strapped, you could do this before you ever set foot in an airplane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this gives people an opportunity to start investing maybe before they're even qualified as a student, financially qualified. But once they put all the work into taking all these lessons, they are more likely to find a way to get qualified and get the money together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because once they've done this, at least then they have a clue what the rest of the course is going to be like.
Absolutely. Right. This is a questionnaire that we send before we do a consultation with people. And this really helps us to figure out how are we going to make that hour that we spend together worthwhile for them and for us. Mm-hmm. So we ask questions about, what are you currently doing? What problems are you running into? Those kinds of things. And it only takes them 10 or 15 minutes, but it makes our consultations so much better because
we do research based on their answers.
Exactly.
So we have a better idea of what they are doing, what they think they want to do, mm-hmm. and how we can help.
Exactly.
If we can help.
Mm-hmm. And even if we can't help, then we go into the consultation knowing that we provide as much value as we can and we do a good referral. So, and that's fine too. So at least we know that on the way in.
Yes.
Okay. This is one that that Mickey's done. Mickey is our book club facilitator, and he's also my son. And he runs an ASVAB tutoring operation that he helps people prepare for the ASVAB so they can qualify for better jobs in the military. And so this has kind of that military ethos of, are you man enough to to have an ASVAB tutor, and are you going to be the kind of student that I want in my program? And so that kind of takeaway selling also works with the aviation ethos of, do you have the right stuff, so you can kind of appeal to people's ego a little bit and find out, if they would be a good customer for you, or if they'd be a good candidate for your product or service. Right. So this has the questions on this are things like, what have you done over the past year to help prepare for the ASVAB? Have you purchased a book, used a tutor before? What results have you gotten? What problems have you run into? Those kinds of things. All right. This is one on EvoJets. This is a charter flight cost calculator. There's a lot of these on the web, and they're basically run by some software behind the scenes that will calculate based on the distance and so on. And they have all kinds of disclaimers on them. And they usually don't provide the results without someone providing their contact information.
Right.
So, somebody fills this in, and then you have a lead that you can follow up with. Call the next, ideally call them right away and say, I see that you're planning a trip. Let me help you with that. Because especially with charter flights, there's a lot of differences where they may make a huge difference in the cost of the trip.
And you may be willing to pay the extra cost based on your requirements.
Exactly. So that's another great calculator. So why do these things work?
Why do they work? I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Right. Well, they've kind of become part of the culture. There's a lot of quizzes out there about, on social media, especially about, what kind of character would you be in this particular movie, that kind of thing. So that's part of the culture, but also people expect more personalized service, and they expect convenience from the web. So if you are not able to sleep and you need to solve a problem right now, human beings are wired for that instant gratification, and they won't let go of a puzzle until they have an answer. So you can give them a way to get closer to their answer with a quiz or a calculator.
However, you need to have a clickable phone number for people like me that say, this is crap, I just want to talk to a person.
Right. If it's 3 a.m, you're still going to get a machine.
But I can leave a voicemail.
Yeah, and if you're a charter operation, maybe you do have a 24-hour
That's right.
Scenario. But
I do not want to interact with this, because if I or one of my clients wants an airplane, they don't want me to come in and say, I can get it to you tomorrow morning about 9:30, 10. They want to know where they're going and what time in the morning, no matter what time of the day it is when I get a call.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is no substitute for good personal customer service. All this is just a way of, if somebody wants another step.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want to miss the point, but belabor, but I don't want to have to go through a lot of stuff if I know what I'm going to do, and their only entrance is this quiz or calculator. I don't care.
Right.
Give me a phone number that I can go talk to somebody with.
Absolutely.
As an alternative.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this needs to be one of several paths that a customer can take through your sales process.
Exactly.
And if somebody doesn't want to take a quiz, you certainly don't want to prevent them from
being
making
a customer.
phone call. Right. I actually do want to prevent customers from getting a free consultation if they don't fill out the form.
And what's interesting is, the reason I said what I said a while ago is because we were at NBAA the last time it was live. And I had a client that wanted an airplane for a specific flight. And you wouldn't believe the number of charter operators and brokers I talked to, and nobody would tell me the time of day. They said, well, you got to talk to this guy. Talk to him. Talk to them. Do this, do that. I said, I'm trying to pay you money. Tell me.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't do it.
So, yeah, this can't be an obstacle in your sales process unless you want it to be. I want an obstacle in my sales process because
But you're not selling jet time.
because I don't want to be giving free consultations to someone that's not qualified. So, that's part of the reason that I do. And even if they're not qualified, that's fine.
Sure.
But if they have gone to the effort of filling out the questionnaire, then I know they're at least serious enough to be worth my time, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And in your business, you're absolutely right.
Right.
You're at roadblocks.
Yeah. Or speed bumps or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, and people can call directly, and every once in a while they will be able to get hold of me because I'm between meetings or whatever, and that's fine. But I do want to make sure that if I'm going to devote the time to research a competitive analysis for them and show up to a consultation, I want to make sure that they have invested some time in me before I invest time in them.
Exactly.
Okay. So what can quizzes, calculators, and courses do? Many things.
Of course they can.
Right. So they can calculate and display a result based on their responses. They can just do that right there on the screen. If you don't want to collect leads, if you just want to increase their engagement with your website, you could do that. In a lot of cases, you're going to want to ask for an email or some means of communicating back to them so that it's a viable lead magnet, in which case you're going to collect some contact information. You will contact them with the results, usually email. And most of these types of things can communicate that instantly or close to instantly by sending an email automatically, even if it's the middle of the night or whatever.
Just don't do a typo in your email.
Oh, yeah, because then you'll never get a response. Okay. These things now have the ability, if you need it, to schedule a consultation or an in-person interaction. So especially if it's a course, a lot of times, people get to a certain point and now it's time to have a consultation or an oral exam or something along those lines or an interview. And so you can use the software to integrate with your calendar and let them schedule a time that's convenient.
Exactly.
So, there's lots of ways of doing that. You can provide a complete interactive course with videos and multiple choice and essay questions and upload your answer, upload a file, answer this on video and upload the video, all kinds of things. So it really is only limited by your imagination and what your prospects are willing to do. And, the level of effort that you anticipate them taking has to be proportional to what they get out of it. So, if you're promising an answer to all your prayers, then yeah, you can ask them for quite a lot. But if you're only giving them the cost of a particular flight, then, you can't ask them for nearly as much. You just want the bare basics of what you need from them. So there's a range, going from a 5-question multiple choice quiz or an enter your city pairs and, date and time. That would be on the simple end. On the more complex end, you can deliver entire 6-week, here's how you make your
qualification courses.
Yeah, here's how you make your aircraft documentation better kind of courses. So, there's a lot that you can do with that. So back to, why would you do this? One is to get more leads, to get prospects involved and invested in your product or service, to provide them with useful information when they want it, right? To learn more about your prospects. So, over time, you're going to aggregate a lot of data from people about what they said on your quizzes. And if everybody is saying they want this rather than that, you might want to make some business decisions based on what people are telling you.
True.
So that's very good data. And to help your sales folks qualify and prioritize, this is somebody we need to get to right away, and that maybe we need to jump on a plane and go see based on how they answered a quiz,
Yep.
Or this is a person that certainly deserves a phone call right now, or this is a person that I can get to by the end of the day. You might make any of those decisions based on how they responded to a quiz or a course or calculator.
Exactly.
All right. So, these are always an option. We do provide these when we do websites for aviation companies, either with a new build or as an integration with your existing website. There's lots of ways that we can incorporate this in your sales process. We can also do them by email. You can send out an email that has a quiz or a course or a calculator in it. Lots of ways to incorporate this in your sales process. It's just a matter of, do you want it on your digital media? Do you want it on your email? Do you want it on your website? Do you want all three?
Exactly.
And how does this integrate into your sales process? How are your salespeople going to use this? Is it just for people that come to your website? Is it for people that are at a certain point in the sales process and you need to get them warmed back up again while they're waiting for their budget to be approved or whatever? Lots of places where you can use this in your holding pattern.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So thank you for joining us. And if you're interested in a quiz or a course or a consultation, you can go to our website, fill out our questionnaire, and schedule a consultation with me, and then we'll have a better idea of what you need and how to give you the information you need to make this work for you.
Absolutely.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Stay safe and healthy.